Hey, what's up? Yeah, this isn't a gameplay. This is not a commercial thing. This is not a holiday thing, like all the other two vids, whatever. This is not like an Instagram post. This is no dream. This is going to be very different in this channel. At least just once. At least just once in this thing. In this whole scenario. Yeah. As you can see, I'm wearing my mask for the Fox logo, for the channel itself, for the characteristics. I also got the fucking tail. Check this out. Yeah, see? Still need some updates though. Still need to add a couple additions and also to add like a lower jaw just in case if it's too creepy for anyone. And yeah, that's that's kind of one of the lower updates, so to speak. Not too shabby, but still needs a lot of work in progress. But anyways, what I wanted to do for today's video is to actually have the channel's very first up close conversation with most of you guys to actually clear the air for a bit, so to speak, like most of the other channels that you may have known. I've honestly never done this before. I've thought of doing this for quite some time, but I just never knew how and when, so to speak. And it kind of takes a while for me to actually script something out of my mind, like any other normal person. And but anyways, what I would want to say though, but thanks for anyone that's pressed on this video. Speaking of which, if you're new to this channel, you don't have to be ashamed. In fact, it's still kind of small work in progress. It's kind of a rookie situation that's only been around for like almost 3 years. I'm not making a lot of vids and views, so to speak, so you don't have to feel ashamed if you have missed any popular person. so basically, but what it is about is just adventuring a bunch of new things or rare stuff or gameplays that not very many people has ever gone through before or hasn't done in a while. We're basically doing both old and new things at the same time when it comes down to gameplay. And whew, there's gonna be a lot of shit, and there's already been 3 minutes past. Look at that. Time is not on our side every once in a while, is it? But yeah, so anyways, where to even start on the whole thing? Well, not so sure. If I made a live on this right now, I don't think anyone would have watched this by now. Which is why I'm recording this at the moment. Especially when it's noon in the afternoon. At lunch. I should have been eating by now. I usually don't. Due to many reasons of not having such hunger like every other person. Kind of just trained myself like a military person every once in a while. And, where to start? Especially when this is just the very first personal vid. Especially without these assholes just rolling about. If you haven't seen, the cats there's like 3 cats in this house. I got like 3 pets in this place. They might just mess up with the place. But, so in case you might hear any noises by any chance, or in case you like hear anything weird, that's probably just them playing around. So yeah, that's basically it. Alright. Okay, wasting time. What to say, Air Dash? Say something quick. Make an intro, something like, well, I've already did an intro. This tail is bugging me. I have a needle just holding on to it. And it's kind of hurts if you don't have it well balanced. So, well, maybe let's start with the present stuff that's going on. What are the plans? Well, right now I'm doing this for the sake of Halloween. Speaking of which, happy Halloween, everyone! Hope you guys are having a nice event this year, and hope that some of you are trying to trick or treat. Best of luck for you. In Pennsylvania, or at least in Clarion is where I live, a lot of rain's going on right now. There's like a lot of raindrops, storms that's been going about for quite some time. So if you're like near around the United States, good luck on that. It's kind of raining like crazy. I think it's about to like, I don't know, snow around November or something, even though it's supposed to be winter around the December, obviously. So, speaking of which, I got this candy set. I still need to go to the store and just actually get some more in case of more trick-or-treaters come. And, yeah. I was also trying to think of something else to, like, give to them, like, very special, unlike many other houses. I was trying to make sure it's unique for them. So that's, like, fun for everyone. Especially for anyone that's in their 30s or older. They're, like, trick-or-treating as well. You'll never know what kind of age person you might encounter. Alright? It's kind of fun for everyone. It's supposed to be for everybody. For us to be ourselves. That's the good thing about Halloween. Is that you can actually reveal yourself more due to additional characteristics. This mask, any mask at all, it doesn't really hide the person as much, but rather just reveals them. And I'm also trying to add more videos this weekend or so forth because it's already been a month. My bad, as usual. Kick my ass. Kick my ass mentally in your imagination. If those of you have been in this channel, that's been participating, that's subbed to this channel for quite some time. Whew. And I am sorry. The reason why, do you have any idea how hard it is to actually upload anything anymore? Like, for me, there's this progressing, then there's this upload, and then there's processing again for the whole thing to actually load. And sometimes it just gives an error and it never uploads, so you have to delete your entire project even though it's been like half an hour. That's probably, I was trying to do like a couple vids this, like last weekend, so to speak, I guess, like last Saturday or Sunday, and I hardly get enough time for myself to actually do things like this, to actually upload for anyone, especially for you guys that are interested in anything particular, so to speak, which nobody else is really recording anymore. And I try my best to be one of those that are like giving you like the things that you may have not have received from certain games or certain holidays or certain events, so to speak. I'm just one of those rebels that that's been planning to doing a bunch of crazy things for the sake of everyone that hasn't seen anything awesome for the past few years, so to speak. I've been saying that a lot already, haven't I? So to speak. So to speak. Okay, moving on. So, whew, what else? What else can I say? Linka! Links! Linksy! Linksy, come here! You're such a cute cat. You're such a good cat. You taking care of the house? You're doing an awesome job. Alright. Alright. You're free to go. Sorry. Go hunt some squirrels. Or don't bring another mouse over. Remember last time? Okay. Oh, he's just rubbing on my knee now. We've just been best buds for quite some time. Cyrus! Hey, Cyrus! Get your ass over here! Get your ass back over here! Hey, bastard. Yeah, he's right there, just blending in the shadows. And, alright. So, anywho, what else? What else can I talk about? Maybe let's talk about the sad stuff now. What to start with when it comes down to the bad news? Well, for starters, in general, people are still out there messing with one another just to see who's better and who's not, and to see who's different, so to speak. And if you're some kind of person who seems to have some kind of where I'm going with this right now is just talking about I know it's random. I know it's random right now for this channel, but I've been wanting to do this, but I just wasn't so sure when and how. So I'm just gonna bring this out in the open, what I've wanted to say for so long, even though it's gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be random. And it's about personality. at this point. The point for the channel is to actually finally have some vids that doesn't make any jokes about personalities, so to speak. It doesn't make any... It wasn't meant for... Like, you know how YouTubers are, like, making jokes about certain people and their own perspectives and whatnot? And you get what I'm getting with this, right? I guess what I'm trying to say is, whatever of yourself, don't really worry. Especially with people with disabilities, with the lack of understanding things, so to speak, who happen to have such a struggling time to learning things for the past several years. And let's just face it, you know, it doesn't really change us, actually. In fact, it just gets in the way. You can get rid of certain things that, like, stand in your way of transforming yourself in the best way possible. And even if you didn't really have any autism or some kind of Down syndrome, it still makes you just some kind of special, unique person that's willing to fight for himself or herself mentally. Like, you're spiritually strong, something you may have that nobody else doesn't. Listen, I'm a 20-year-old person who's wearing a fox outfit right now just for the sake of this channel and for the sake of Halloween and for the sake of many people that just still try to enjoy their childhood even at their adulthood. Trust me, it doesn't really matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you're an adult, you're still just this... I mean, if you want to be the same person you've ever been since the day you were born. You don't really have to grow up in order to become this perfect person. You can still do whatever, even the weirdest, disgusting things. You just have to make sure you care about your surroundings. You just gotta make sure you're more responsible and just have more care about everybody else's space. Just make sure you're not really messing up anyone else's business while you're doing your own thing, so to speak. You know, you get what I'm saying? I don't really know how to really explain it, because nobody else has really done this, from what I can tell. And, or if you're some kind of a kid who turns out to swear a lot in his own videos and your parents found out and they just get rid of your own business and put you in grounded situations, you really don't have to feel ashamed of yourself. We've all done it, almost. Almost every kid has really done it to make themselves feel potentially unique, so to speak. And we just try to find ourselves that way of using the adulthood. Why exactly? It's because of the entire expansion of what adulthood has really experienced. It's the experience that we try to take away as kids to see what it really looks like out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say life and all that or reality, because those words are overrated. So I'm going to try to loop around, so to speak, for the sake of everyone that may have been tired of hearing those words. And, speaking of which, how do I do that? How does anyone do that, so to speak? Oh, there he is. There you are, bitch! They're not, it's a good thing they're not paying attention. It's a good thing the cats aren't paying attention to this. It's a good thing they don't care about our recordings. Alright, where was I? I lost myself. Shit. Okay, but anyways, to make yourself feel better, to make yourself not to feel ashamed of yourself, I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions, disturbing ones, that which many other people may have done and never have shared it to anyone, just to make you feel normal, despite of your negative decisions, so to speak. Just decisions, really. We're just gonna call them decisions. I'm gonna make sure that you don't feel like a weird person while searching on YouTube for whatever things. Where to start? Have you ever stolen things and then police somehow found out and then you just ran away and then just tilted a bunch of things just so it blocks their path of chasing you, and then you go on this highway chase and then almost wrecked millions of people. Have you ever done that? Really? I don't think so. Because you wouldn't be here watching this video if you haven't. Otherwise, you would have to been some kind of pro of escaping through car chases and whatnot. Or have you ever... I should have listed this. I'm just gonna say in the basics. Have you ever done weird things with your family members? Oh, Leo just started meowing. Because, you know, have you ever, how do I pronounce this? Well, my point is, no matter what you do, if it causes damage to anyone or anything else around you, if it causes damage to yourself, to you especially, and to those you love, then that doesn't mean it's impossible to fix. Even though it may take so long sometimes, even if it's like the most destructive thing you've ever done that could change the history of your family accounts, or if you're an adopted child, same goes to you if you still have friends or families to go with. Anything that happens, just try not to stop. I mean, because whatever age you are right now, let's just say you've made it this far. And the fact that you're still here watching this vid that's not very, this non-merchandise video that's not going to be paid for whatsoever for this entire thing, it just means you're still capable of handling through all these, the spirits of hatred that flow in our world, so to speak, in our hearts. Whatever you've done, it doesn't mean it can't really change. There's always still hope. I mean, I could probably just explain this to you some other vid, some other time. I mean, just don't be scared. Just don't be scared of who you started off as and how you can choose to be later on. It's hard at first. It's hard, but it's not impossible. And that's coming from someone who's been enduring all kinds of mental shit. If it makes you feel any better, I've been in learning disabilities for quite some time. I've been in learning classes in high school, okay? And I've hardly told that to anyone, especially to any of my fans or friends. I mean, well, some of the people I've met in school have already known, so to speak. Whew. And if you are having such trouble of learning some things, and you want to like talk to other people and make new friends, the best way of doing that is try to go slow, take a few breaths, be yourself at first in a positive term, and go slow with your thoughts and relax yourself and just try to figure out what everyone else is talking about and how you can change the conversation naturally and what you guys can do and where you guys can go. Nowhere important, nowhere efficient or big or anything, but just somewhere where it gives you the space of your own personal situation that gives you enough time to actually talk about something and do shit together. And if you know Marlon Stever, Marlon. He's basically an awesome kid. I'm not gonna say what he does, but I will give, if you're watching this right now, Marlon, then please listen to this advice that might give a couple of hints to other people that may be listening to this. Your parents care about you. Alright? Your parents care about you as in what you do or what you say that may transform your personality later on as you expand yourself. And, I mean, we've kind of... There's been a lot of other people, there's been a lot of kids that have caused crimes that may make your actions, your language, may not seem like anything so big or important to worry about, okay? It's just gonna take some time to really just recover everything. They don't want to get rid of your channel or anything, but I'm sure they just want you to change a couple of things. But they still love you. They're just doing what any parent would do that cares about their kid. And I guess just have a much more of a friendly content that's for anyone particular. Try not to let your anger take control so much is the problem. But everything else about your channel, it's so amazing. I just can't wait to watch more Gods of Olympus that you record. And plus, my cousin Gideon, Gibby, which I've introduced to everyone that's been in the channel for so long, that subscribed to us. Yeah, he did awesome. When we did videos together, it was like a roller coaster of absolute pureness. What I mean by that is like it was fun. It was fun hanging out with him. But ever since several vids, especially by the end of 2018, so to speak, almost last year now, he kind of stopped. Due to all the work that has to be done to make the perfect video for your channel that may expand your numbers, he kind of just gave up. I pushed him way too much to actually do any of that stuff, and it's my fault, in my opinion. I think it's my fault that I pushed him so much that it just tired him out, and now he's doing all these things that no high schooler should really be doing. I'm not going to explain any of that because that's too personal of a family business. It's nothing for you guys. That's only for you to guess. But he's just basically trying to be like everybody else. But at the same time, he's trying to find himself, which is kind of common, thankfully, in the 21st century. What else? You know, kind of just looking at the camera, at the reflection of this, the side of my mask, I really need to work on. That looks kind of creepy by the time I just turn around. I never realized that. Yeah, this mask needs a lot of upgrades and additions. And I'm not even so sure if you can see through the eyes. It wasn't meant to be cartoony. You can just see the person's eyes and actual reaction, just to make it look more natural. I'm not so sure if you can see. Yeah, kind of. I mean, yeah, I should probably work on the shadows. Speaking of which, hang on. There, turn off the lights. Let's see if that works. Okay, that kind of works. Maybe on this side, so to speak. But you know what? It's fine. In case if you're in a dark place and you don't want anyone to notice your business of watching YouTube, I'm gonna try to make sure that the lights are off, just to keep your screen like a little tuned down, so to speak, in case if you're having that problem. This might help. This might help out just to relax people's visions. You don't want your eyes to be close to the lights for so long. It's just gonna mess up with your vision. So we're just gonna keep it down just to make it seem more relaxing. And what else? Oh, the origin. Let's talk about the origin of this channel. The thing that's begun all of this. I have a lot of secrets that half of you may have already guessed. How I started this channel is with iPhones and iPads, and I'm still going with the idea at this point. I'm still recording this whole thing with the iPad, and I've made stands and used multiple random items to stand up the device to actually stare at the TV, and I try to stick naturally close to it due to a certain angle for it to have a good speaking audio, so that people don't have such a problem keeping up with following as in the what the hell I'm saying, or anyone whatsoever. And I really don't know how to edit videos like everybody else you may have known. Especially Vanoss and PewDiePie and Dwayne and Jasmine. I love them. I love them so much. I love them. Cartoons, Wildcat, or Markiplier, or maybe Damn Dog Games is the channel. His name's Corey. He's fucking awesome. But yeah, basically that. Or Susie, whatever. Anima. You get what I'm saying. They just make all these golden videos that just skips from one point to the next clip. I honestly don't know that. I honestly don't really know how to master that like everybody else. And it's been a problem for the past almost 3 years now. Since this whole thing started from 2017. I tried doing that with a camcorder, which would record one clip into the next, and it would just record, and it would just show you from one thing to the next without having to stop until there's no other clips to show. That was the originality. When that was then, I was started, by the 5th video during that year, I just stopped and then just used the iPhone, and that's how all this is like not changing anything whatsoever. That's the scenario basically. I've been using iPhones and iPads with no special animations or additions or cutoffs. You're basically just seeing the entire thing. At least it's natural, I guess. But it's not, at the same time, it's not really fun. That's probably why people skip so many things. And, yeah, and that's really what's about it. And like I said, it takes so long to upload anything. And it's kind of frustrating. That's almost half an hour now since I've been talking, and they still have a lot more to explain. But anyways, you know, I might. Well, I just stopped talking because of the time. It's already been almost 28 minutes now. And I want to keep talking, except I don't want to waste any more of everyone's time. So I guess maybe next time, hopefully, if I could probably do anything like this, and I guess hope this changes something between everybody. And I really don't know what else to do. I've been trying to think of other things to do for everybody. Just for you to, like, enjoy something. Anything at all that may just suit your mind, that helps your imagination, is what the whole channel was supposed to be about. And I ran out of ideas. And I can't get in contact with anybody else. I tried contacting with Gibby. He must have fully given up and is completely annoyed. He is pissed off at me. The separation between us two. He just hasn't been talking a lot. He changed his name so many times in his account, so it may just be kind of pointless to even do anything at all. I can't contact with my stepbrother, which is he's an awesome guy. I can't contact with him. I can't contact with any friends. I can't call any backup, is what I'm trying to do. Just for this to become more interesting. So that there's not always a solo video. And, I really don't know how else to really... I don't know where else to go to inspire everybody by using the channel. To actually go forth with yourselves, so to speak. I want to say not give up, but I also want to say how, because not many people really give you a lot of possibilities of doing that due to your individuality, so to speak. And I'm kind of struggling right now what to think of else, other than saying I might add 2 other videos, at least hopefully 2 or 3 for this weekend, I've been trying to update Front Mission Evolve, which that video had so many views. It was supposed to be like a pass through, and I didn't know a lot of people would watch that. I didn't know people would still like that game. I was trying to upload that, but then it had this error of the upload and just gave up. I tried recording. I was about to do that and then prototype, and then it just all went to hell. When you're trying to record and upload things with your devices, certainly, it takes hours. It takes away your time to sleep. I usually do this in the evening so that there's no reflection. So there you have it. All this time I've just been a helpless piece of asshole who's too sorry for himself, who's able to help everybody else but just can't save himself. That's the struggle I'm having. So whatever you've gone through, don't feel. I guess this whole video was to just say, was to give you examples of how to not be ashamed of yourself and how you can actually help everybody else with that same situation. I guess this channel, I wanted to do so many things at the same time that nobody else really does a lot, and how other YouTubers lack the ability to actually communicate with their viewers, so to speak, unless if it was some kind of a comment. Speaking of which, you guys can lay down any comments or suggestions down below if you guys like, as how they usually say. I'm terrible making intros without having to spend 3 to 5 minutes. And I really don't know how to end videos without being so weird about it, is my problem as well. I just need more training to that, so I don't waste anyone's time. That's probably why some of the videos I kind of start off without saying anything at first and just go right in the middle of it. But anyways, I guess all I can say now is thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience and everything. Thanks for being part of this whole thing. That was meant to be something that changes a couple of things in people's perspective. To help people with their imagination, their physical exercises, anything they can be capable of, so to speak. I was hoping to know as into what to do to show that. But obviously there are other channels that you could probably find that can give you a couple of things. And I just want to say thank you because of all this. Because of your support, because of all the views, because of the at least several subscribers, basically. I guess it would have all just ended at an instant if it weren't for people like you guys that have kind of helped by sticking around more to see what happens next. 2019 has been painful. This has been the painful year so far, especially in a second or third cycle of going through all this. 17 was just a training year. 2018, however, was the best, in my opinion. I think that was the best yet. The best year yet of the channel. As you can see, all kinds of things have happened. 2019, I think it just brought us back down. I'm just not so sure what to do. But this whole point of making this video is thank you. I just really wanted to say, if it weren't for your help, I guess I wouldn't have been able to been here by now. And see, even that, that just kind of proves that you can actually do something that proves to you that you have the ability to actually help in any scenario whatsoever. You have some kind of potential. It's just kind of hard for some people to actually realize for themselves. And oh god, fuck. I'm really not so sure what else to really go with this. But I might, if this helped a lot, if you think we should keep up with this kind of thing for this channel, just hit the like button if you really enjoyed this. If this kind of helped, at all, like or barely and all, then just comment or check out the other vids. My Instagram is air dash in like 5678 Insta, air dash 5678 Insta. Not Instagram, just Insta. You just find that, and you might find like it might say it has 78 posts or whatnot, and that's where you might be able to contact me most of the time. I haven't been really active on that app most of the time. I don't really have any other social media, just in case if it gets too distracting for me to actually do anything else out in the open. But anyways, I need to get more candy for everyone to actually have the best treats in this house. I might do that by the time this video is uploaded. And I appreciate your patience. I appreciate your ability of faith and hope that was shared to everybody else in this group, so to speak. And hoping for any suggestions you guys may have that might change the course, the battle between us and the natural disaster in the online shit, so to speak. And I'm not so sure what else to say. I personally lost faith at this point after sharing so much positivity to everyone. And I'm just waiting on how everybody else thinks and what you're willing to say and how we can turn this around finally so we can actually have better things, I guess, for everybody. And I'm glad to have met so many of you that have just been around for quite some time. And until next time, we might do this again if you guys are ever interested. If this may have been really interesting, this is kind of a rare edition. Usually every video is kind of like a holiday or gameplay, usually most of the time. And but in this case, when all else is lost, something like this just has to happen. You do videos like this with personal speaking that just kind of helps every once in a while. Don't want to do this all the time because it just kind of becomes too common and it doesn't really make as much changes and new unique capabilities for the channel and everybody else that is a viewer or supporter. I really don't know how to give out links, so I'm just gonna type down a few things that you guys can look at during the description. That may be some kind of a link, but for the rest, you're just gonna have to search it out for yourself. You can't really just press on the thing. But yeah, guess this is it. This is the moment of truth, and to hopefully things can turn around for the best. I'm not so sure where to go from here. This may be either the last video, I don't know. Might not be able to record every once in a while because of this. Because of the struggle. And I really appreciate what you guys have done for the support and all that, for the like, for everyone just sticking by, basically. Even though there wasn't a lot of comments, which is kind of understandable. I guess. Wow, I kind of lost track. I kind of lost myself there, but anyways, let's see you next time, and hopefully things are in better circumstances later on. Hopefully we can do this again if you guys are interested, and wow, this kind of gives a big effect after just speaking out. It kind of gives that effect on everyone. But anyway, I'm just gonna speed this up. Thank you. Have a nice day. Happy Halloween, especially if you're doing something for the holidays. Wish you best luck. Have a nice adventure this year, and take care of yourself. Stay safe. The weather's gonna go crazy every once in a while now due to November and December. And I just wish you all good luck. And just take care of your family members, your friends. Just take care of each other, so to speak. Try to work things out naturally with any situations you may be having. And then just go from there. And we'll see you all later. Until next time. And like I said, thank you. And let's just hope for the best.